To start, you take the clay in your hands and you throw it from hand to hand, tapping it, massaging it. Then we need to knead the clay to remove all the air bubbles out of the clay. Pressing it down firmly and rotating it, folding it in on itself and rotating it. Tap, tap, tap with your hands and your palms, massaging it. Now we're going to divide the clay into half. With one half we're going to make the pinch pot. So you massage the clay between the palms of your hand and shape a ball. Take the ball of clay and press your both thumbs into it. And then place the ball of clay into one hand and with the other thumb and finger gently press and rotate at the same time, shaping it. The palm of your hand will give it the bowl shape. Pinching it with your fingers. This is why it's called a pinch pot. Next we're going to make the coils. These coils we roll out with the palms of our hands very lightly to make a sausage shape. Roll the clay lightly onto a table with your fingers. Try not to press down too hard. Even rolls. We want the thickness of the coils to be about the thickness of our little finger or thumb. We're going to make 5 coils, rings, for this particular pot. So you rest it on top, get the size of the length that you need and join it together by smoothing the edges together gently, blending. So as I said, we're going to make 5 of these rings. We're going to make a bud vase for this project. So each ring gets smaller and smaller nearer the opening. This is the last coil for the opening of the bud vase, so it's a lot smaller. This is slip. This is the glue that we'll be using to join the coils to the pot. To make slip, you mix clay and water and you make it a good gooey mess. It needs to be of a thickish, gloopy consistency. These coils make the wall of the pot. Remove each coil in the order that you're going to be placing them back onto the pot again afterwards, placing them to one side. With this fork we're going to scratch up the surface of the pinch pot, raking it away to make sure it's all scruffed up. Levi here is going to scruff up each one of his coils as well. Only one side, mind. Then we take our slip, dab a lot on our finger and coat the scruffed up side of the coil and also the scruffed up side of the pot. Take the coil, scruffy side down, and press lightly on top of the pot. Blending with your finger, blending in the join. Being quite gentle here because it still will move. Blend, blend, blend with your thumb and your finger. Eventually you'll want to cover all the joins, but that will come slightly later when you've applied all the coils. So using the fork again, you'll need to scratch up the surface to create the joining texture that you need to join the other coil on top now, and you'll need to do this for each coil. Adding more slip to both surfaces. This is your glue. This will hold them together. Don't forget to blend inside as well, because you'll be able to see the rings using your thumb and your fingers lightly, and maybe a bit of water if the clay's dried out. This is the therapeutic bit, the blending, feeling the clay, the tactile clay between your fingers. It will move a bit, but you can mould it to how you want it, gently smoothing it. Levi's just refining the pot, gently blending and moulding any of the coils that you can see, the rings, using your fingers to gently blend. Day 2. So we provided you with some coloured slips. Levi here is going to paint his white and blue and yellow. We've also provided some paintbrushes. Coloured slip is clay and a pigment and water. And you can thin it out or use it as it is. You need to use it like paint. Start off painting the inside first. Before you start painting, you should think about what it is you want to paint onto your pot, whether you have abstract patterns or anything that takes your fancy basically. We also have a Pinterest site, so you may want to look on there for inspiration. If you make a mistake, you can always scrape the slip off or very gently wash it off lightly with a sponge. But don't be afraid of mistakes. Mistakes is part of the fun. Now, sometimes they're happy mistakes, even really good mistakes, and we all learn by them. So paint away and enjoy it. Levi here is using a base colour of white before he paints other colours on top. You must let the base colour dry first before you apply other colours,